You can't expect every aspect of your life to flourish at once. And once I realized that, everything changed for me. As someone who wants to do it all, I've felt a burnout and I've felt the struggle of trying to divide and balance my time between so many things that I care about. I've had to learn that life comes in seasons. Some parts of me will thrive while others need to rest. There's so much I want to pursue, right? School, work, YouTube, crafting, cooking, ice skating, staying on top of my spiritual work. And I've realized that I can't give them all equal energy at the same time. It's simply impossible to succeed in every area of life at once. You see, nature, it's cyclical, right? Nothing in nature is constantly growing all the time. Just like different fruit ripens in different seasons, different parts of yourself, different passions, different aspects of life will come to light at different times. It doesn't all have to be right now. I actually first heard of this concept by this YouTuber, Adama Lorna, who talks about being multifaceted. I heard it like about a year ago, and I initially kind of brushed it off and kept going about trying to balance it all and getting burnt out. And over time, I've kind of come to realize it in my own way through my own experiences. Sometime last year, I also heard Sylvia Plath's poem where she writes about this fig tree, and each fig represents a different possible path. She ends up sitting at the base of the tree, starving to death because she couldn't pick, because she felt that by choosing one, she would lose the others. I really felt that, it really hit me because there's so many parts of me that I want to develop and discover. I want to pursue all these different passions and curiosities, and I've really felt the fear of maybe I'll only be able to ever touch each of them, but since my energy is so dispersed, I'll never be able to master any. And I've struggled to balance that belief that we all have infinite possible potentials with the reality that I would have to be able to fully dedicate myself to succeed in any of them. And what I've come to realize is that life isn't fixed, not in the way that we think about it. We're not the fruit, we are the tree. I sort of crow cawing, okay? We are the tree that grows many branches, many fruits that all ripen at different times. Each year, each season, the trees expand, they grow new branches. It doesn't all happen at once. Some seasons are for one branch, others are for the next. Others are for the blossoms, and others are for the fruit. That's how growth happens without us losing ourselves or our potential. Life has a rhythm, a natural balance. We can't successfully pursue every calling at once and expect to succeed. However, choosing a main focus in one season doesn't mean that you're sacrificing the others forever. You can have it all, just not at once. All aspects of you still exist, even when they fade in and out of focus. Through practice or memory, that potential is still within you, and whenever you want to pull it out, whenever you want to nurture it, you can still pour into it and grow that potential. Over the summer, I got to focus on taking ice skating classes and taking my energy healing classes, and that's been a bit on pause, but that passion is still within me. These days, I've been recalibrating as I return to school. I'm adjusting my schedule. I've been busy babysitting, planning my future, college, my driver's license, all that. And certain things like painting, YouTube, have taken a pause. Yeah, it's felt uncomfortable, but I've finally been able to let go of a bit of that guilt that, last year Chani would be beating herself up about. I do plan on returning to all these things, and I'm excited to do so. It kind of sucks that I haven't recorded in 2 months, but I'm just so excited to get this video out. I'm really excited for when I return to my painting, for when, now that I got my license, I can be driving myself to ice skating and doing all these things that I love. But, I'm really accepting that it's okay for me to be here, for me to take care of myself in this season, for me to focus on just adjusting, right, as the seasons shift. That's all right. And although it's been uncomfortable, I do believe that it's fully necessary for me to be able to come back even stronger with more passion and excitement in everything I do. Our energy shifts and flows, and I've been learning to respect it. Every living thing in nature experiences it, and humans are not immune. Hustle culture tries to make us believe that we are, that we should be, that we should always be grinding, doing, working, growing. all that. But in reality, everything on earth needs periods of rest. You know, like the trees, they gotta let go of some leaves to really be able to stand strong in the winter. Even in winter, the roots recalibrate and store their strength for the spring. The past few weeks, I've been feeling the need to rest. I've been feeling like I needed more sleep. I was procrastinating. And instead of beating myself up about it, I've been trying to give myself grace and to just look and listen to my body and see what I need. Our bodies hold wisdom. You know, they know when we need rest. They know when we need to pause, when we need to conserve our energy. And so I've been learning to listen and respect my body, even when it goes against my to-do list. By respecting my need to periodically slow down, I'm able to come back stronger instead of being burnt out, exhausted, and miserable. Sometimes you need to just sit still, gather your strength, so you can come back and straight execute. The bottom line is that there's nothing wrong with going through seasons, with going through phases, with shifting focuses. Society, it tries to tell us to be one thing, to be simple, that we need to have one focus and just pursue. But in truth, we're multifaceted. We're allowed to have multiple parts of ourselves and multiple seasons. Life isn't about doing everything at once. Each season has its focus, its lessons, its growth. All of the things that make you you, all of your curiosities, your passions, your identities are within you. They just take turns shifting focus. It's a beautiful thing realizing that we do have infinite potential and we could do almost anything we set our minds to. It could also be overwhelming, true. There are so many aspects to our being. There's so much that we can do and enjoy, but we can't have it all at once. We can't equally pursue each calling at the same time and expect them to flourish. However, picking one doesn't need to be an eternal sacrifice of the others. We can't be all we want to be in one day or even one season, but throughout our lives, we'll embody different parts of ourselves. We'll fill different roles, some at different measures to different extents, but it's all there for us. We can pick our fruit and eat it too. I hope this video gave you some insight, and if it did, I would greatly appreciate you leaving a like and leaving a comment down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!